We're here tonight because after a couple of years of not needing to, we're in need of some funds from the special education reserves. So for some backstory on that, years ago, a few years back, we all kind of went into saying, what are we going to do about special education? We know the costs were growing and becoming challenging to have in the operating budget. And there's also a lot of unknowns as to what we're going to have year to year. Are the expenses the same? Are they going to change? What students are here? What students aren't? And the grand idea was maybe we should fund special education, the out-of-district portion of special education. Let me be very clear, not the regular special education. That's still in the budget. That's still going forward. But the unknowns of out-of-district placements, the transportation costs associated with that, we're funding those as we use them. So with that, we've created over multiple years the Special Education Reserve Fund, as well as a warrant article to cover extraordinary special education expenses. And we're here tonight regarding the Special Education Reserve and not the warrant article. We were able to retain that and not need to utilize that, which is a good thing, so we can hang on to that for potential future use. So you can see on the top the different collaboratives that we have, and the costs and how it breaks down. And then we have the transportation costs below that. And then you can see the breakdown at the bottom of how it was spent. So, tuition and transportation, what we were able to absorb into the operating budget, the FY25 tuition at the bottom, and then you've got circuit breaker, which is state funds to cover the cost of special education above and beyond. And then the remaining is $340,279.12, which is the amount for the special education reserve request, and there's $362,000 in the special education reserve account. So we don't need to utilize the entire bit of it, but a good chunk of it for sure. But that also leaves the warrant article untouched.
The one other thing that I will add is that we've talked about some of the specialized programs that we have put together, and we have two at Wood and one at Jackson. Mm-hmm. And while those come with a personnel cost, I couldn't put a price tag on the number of students that we are able to serve in district because of that now, which is better for kids and obviously better for our budget. And the other thing that I would like the board to be aware of is we are very mindful of this cost, and we are very mindful that we have a budget that is allowing us to basically maintain a level of service that we had in FY25 as we approach FY26. And because of that, when we see things like resignations, the unexpected retirements, we are being very, very careful with any replacement positions that we're really looking at who's the best candidate for the position that's going to not exceed our budget, that maybe will result in some potential savings. And we're not going out and buying a whole bunch of stuff with that savings. We're going to be very thoughtful and careful about knowing that we have these expenses that we all need to, as you've all said, need to work together to fund.
Okay. I move that the select board approve the transfer request from the special education reserve account in the amount of $340,279.12. That's correct. In accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 13E, as adopted by the town meeting vote at the annual town meeting of June 2027.
2017, sorry.
2017. The authorization requires the vote of the select board and the school committee by a majority.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Somebody move
So
Ms.
moved.
Clark's motion. We
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.